Brother Marines of the Legiones Astartes, we have returned again on the day after this day, because the Imperialis Militia joins the new Horus Heresy in an exemplary battles download. The Horus Heresy was a bad time even for Space Marines, so imagine how the regular human soldiers felt when the World Eaters showed up looking wild-eyed and axe crazy. Well, imagine no more. This month's Legacies of the Age of Darkness download puts you in the shoes of the Imperialis Militia, those poor souls who have to go up against superhuman Space Marines with nothing but guts, gumption, and a lasgun, as pictured here. It's an exciting time for the little guy stuck in the middle of a demigod-on-demigod civil war. And Andy, from the Horus Heresy team, is here to tell us more. Wow! What does Andy have to say? This month, we are pleased to present the Imperialis Militia Army list. This faction has always been a favorite amongst veteran players, especially with modelers, and has spiritual roots going back to the Lost and the Damned army list in Codex Eye of Terror, and even further back still to the Chaos Cultists army in the very first Codex, Chaos Asterix, as pictured here. Like its predecessors, the Imperialis Militia army list is unabashedly intended as a kitbasher's dream. When we wrote the previous edition of it, players had the Forgeral Resin Death Core of Creed, and other ranges to serve as the basis for their collections, and many enjoyed mixing in elements of other armies, such as the Cadian Shock Troopers and Catachan Jungle Fighters, creating their own bespoke forces. Now players have an even greater range of miniatures to draw from when putting together their militia armies, including, but in no way limited to, the brand new Cadian Shock Troopers, Death Corps, Blooded, Chaos Cultists, and a plethora of Necromunda gang sets and upgrades, as pictured here. Rules-wise, veteran Age of Darkness players will find the army more or less as they remember it from previous editions of the game. We've taken the opportunity to dial back on some of the previous extremes, in particular, moving away from huge, fearless hordes backed up by masses of artillery. The game doesn't really support such forces, and they were never particularly fun to play against. Instead, we've doubled down on character and customization, and added in some options that leverage other recent releases, such as the Necromunda Cargo 8 Ridge Hauler, and the Cadian Field Ordnance Batteries, not pictured here. The Imperialis Militia list is ultimately aimed at veteran collectors looking to collect, build, paint, and game with a truly unique and highly characterful army. As featured in this sentence, we are really looking forward to seeing what the endlessly creative Horus Heresy community comes up with while using it. And here, you can download the Imperialis Militia right here on WarhammerCommunity.com. And you can dive into Warhammer, the Horus Heresy now, with the Age of Darkness box set, wow, which contains 2 opposing Space Marine armies. It's the best box set ever. Or you can combine them to make one really big force. Wow, nobody's thought of that before. And find a wide range of plastic and resin miniatures on the Games Workshop web store. The Chaos Renegades army list in White Dwarf 107 was another major inspiration. Yeah.
Everyone go and check out Slave's channel.